Services. Our experts will help you grow and protect your life's hard work. Real dreams require real banking. Sandy Spring Private Client Group.
Good morning, America. Wildfire emergency. Massive flames exploding overnight, forcing thousands to evacuate their homes across the Southwest. More than 500 firefighters battling the blaze as more dangerous wind moves in. And the new concerns about a dangerous storm system barreling across the Midwest.
Crisis at the border. Overnight, a caravan of nearly 200 migrants seeking asylum in the U.S. told they can't come in. A desperate situation. We're live on the scene this morning. And President Trump now blasting the comedian who targeted his administration at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Did her jokes about the women on the Trump team go too far?
She was supposed to be an
An ABC News exclusive. The 22-year-old juror taking us inside the deliberations that ended in the conviction of Bill Cosby.
Some have said that I made the right decision, and some people have said that they still think that he's innocent.
Did the Cosby Show and the Me Too movement impact his decision? And the words Cosby said that he said swung the whole case, only on GMA this morning.
And superhero-sized opening. Avengers Infinity War soaring into the record books. Smashing the competition at the box office. Will it be the biggest blockbuster of all time? And is Black Panther the secret weapon?
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
And good morning, America. If you were going to the movies this weekend, likely seeing Avengers.
A bigger opening than Star Wars and Black Panther. It's just getting started. Oh, it's so hard to get a seat this weekend.
Very hard for a lot of people out there. I'm pretty sure all those theaters were sold out, and as expected, we have more on that ahead. But first, we're going to begin with those fires that are scorching thousands of acres across the Southwest, forcing evacuations in Arizona. These flames are being fueled by strong winds, and Rob Marciano is going to start us off with the latest. Good morning, Rob.
Hey, good morning, Michael. Sustained at 30, gusting to 50 miles an hour. This is what it did yesterday in the hills northeast of Phoenix. You see the smoke, you see the flames. They're dry conditions, and those gusty winds causing a small fire to grow rapidly overnight.
I'm driving into people.
This is what residents near Payson, Arizona are driving into this morning. Dense black smoke as far as the eye can see.
Hasn't hit yet. Not till you see the aftermath.
The so-called Tinder fire, which started Friday, blowing up overnight, exploding from 500 acres to 8,000. Authorities evacuating 1,000 homes overnight.
We have food, water, medical supplies. We have the crates and kennels that we can set up.
More than 500 firefighters, including 7 hotshot crews and several helicopters, now battling 50-mile-per-hour winds, dry conditions, and difficult terrain. Residents say they've been worried about a fire of this magnitude for years.
This one's not looking good. We've worried about it for years. You always worry about the fire up here, but it's just a heartbreak. It's terrible.
There were structures lost. No word on how many homes have been lost or when residents can return to their homes. The critical fire danger is shifting a little bit to the east. It will be windy again. With that, we're going to see some severe weather. This digging trough is going to cause a major shift in our pattern, not just with dry fire conditions across the Southwest, but severe weather conditions beginning today across parts of West Texas, up and through Nebraska. Strong winds, some large hail, maybe a tornado or two. Things begin to amp up. I think during the day tomorrow, we've got an enhanced risk from Omaha back through parts of central Kansas. Strong winds, again, large hails and tornadoes. I think Wednesday is going to be the day where we see everything come together for a more sustainable risk from North Texas all the way up through Kansas City, potentially some large tornadoes on Wednesday. So a 3-day event. Michael?
All right, thank you, Rob. I know you're going to keep us updated on any changes. Robin.
All right, now to the crisis at the border. A caravan with more than 100 migrants seeking asylum arriving at the U.S. border with Mexico, but told there's no room. Our senior national correspondent Matt Gutman is on the scene there in Tijuana with more. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Robin. This is literally the end of the road for these migrants. You can see them camped out here by the dozens against the morning chill. They are literally sleeping up against the border terminal. Now, theoretically, Customs and Border Protection has to process each and every one of them, but 12 hours into the standoff, not a single one of them has been processed. Overnight, the so-called migrant caravan finally reaching the U.S. border and clamoring to be let in.
La lucha de
After a grueling month-long slog, 150 or so Central American migrants made their way to the San Diego crossing, the busiest in the nation. But right on the doorstep into the U.S., they were told entry was blocked. U.S. Customs and Border Protection turning them away because it said the crossing, where it initially vets asylum seekers, was already at capacity. Caravan organizers were skeptical.
We can build a base in Iraq in under a week. We can't process 200 refugees. I don't believe it.
So migrants decided to sleep right outside overnight. The migrants, including children, originated from Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, and traveled through Mexico, sometimes by train or bus, other times on foot. They say they're fleeing violence and persecution.
You see kids, you see mothers, you see men like me, we're fighting to, for a better future.
The group might have been forgotten had President Trump not called for the caravan to be stopped.
Are you watching that mess that's going on right now with the caravan coming up?
Even threatening to shut down the government on Saturday because of it.
We need the wall, and if we don't get border security, we'll have no choice. We'll close down the country because we need border security.
Now, Robin, the president has tweeted that he does not want these migrants admitted into the U.S., but even if they can get into this border terminal, into a processing center, it's just the start of a very long road for them. They are then sent to detention centers inside the interior of the country, where they'll have to make the case to federal agents that they face persecution if sent back home. Now, organizers tell us they're willing to wait it out. The question is, under these conditions, how long can these people last here? Robin.
All right, Matt, thanks so much.
Thanks, Robin. Now to breaking news from Afghanistan, where at least 25 people, including 8 journalists, were killed this morning in a double suicide bombing. The first bomber was on a motorbike. As rescue workers and journalists rushed to the scene, a second bomber mixed in with the crowd blew himself up. The Islamic State claimed responsibility for the strike, the latest in a string of major attacks as America ramps up its military presence again in Afghanistan. And we're going to stay overseas for the latest on North Korea. Kim Jong-un pressed for that summit with President Trump by appearing to promise an end to his nuclear program in their meeting with the South Korean leader if the U.S. will make peace with North Korea. Our chief global affairs anchor, Martha Raddatz, joins us now with the details. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, George. It is the South Korean government that says that Kim Jong-un told them that he would give up those nuclear weapons, weapons close to, if not already capable of reaching the United States. Kim said he would do that if the U.S. promises not to invade North Korea and formally ends the Korean War. We also saw those friendly images between the North and South, and the concessions from the North have seemingly come one after another. Kim has also vowed to shut down a nuclear test site next month in advance of the summit with President Trump, and said he will invite experts and journalists to confirm that. But there have been decades of promises from North Korea in the past, and the new Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, on This Week said despite Kim's words, the U.S. will need proof of complete, verifiable, irreversible denuclearization.
We're going to require those steps that demonstrate that denuclearization is going to be achieved. We're not going to take promises. We're not going to take words. We're going to look for actions and deeds. The president has made incredibly clear, we will keep the pressure campaign in place until we achieve that.
Pompeo was clear about that, but what he was not clear about is what the U.S. would do in return in order to achieve that goal. Just saying again that the administration, George, has its eyes wide open.
Right, because we've seen these promises, as you point out, from North Korea in the past. Meantime, any more details on the timing of this possible summit with President Trump and where it might be?
Well, late May, early June, they say. The president said on Friday 2 or possibly 3 locations. It's been reported that Singapore is likely, but the White House has not confirmed anything at this point and is still doing a lot of diplomatic work leading up to this, George.
Martha Raddatz, thanks very much. Michael?
All right, thank you, George. Now to all that reaction to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. President Trump blasting the comedian Michelle Wolf for her speech. She's being accused of crossing the line with personal shots at members of the president's team. Our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, has more. Good morning, Cecilia.
Good morning, Michael. You know this. The presidential roast here in this town is tradition. It is a mix of politicians, the journalists who cover them, throw in a comedian, and it can definitely make for some awkward moments. The problem is this morning, many in this city say those jokes this year went too far.
Washington's annual black tie celebration of the First Amendment this morning under fire. In the spotlight, comedian Michelle Wolf, accused of crossing the line. Press Secretary Sarah Sanders right there on stage, not laughing.
I actually really like Sarah. I think she's very resourceful. Like, she burns facts, and then she uses that ash to create a perfect smoky eye. Like, maybe she's born with it, maybe it's lies.
In the audience, counselor to the president Kellyanne Conway, stone-faced.
All she does is lie. If you don't give her a platform, she has nowhere to lie. It's like that old saying, if a tree falls in the woods, how do we get Kellyanne under that tree? I'm not suggesting she gets hurt, just stuck. Stuck under a tree.
The backlash was fierce.
What happened last night was an atrocity.
Last night was over the line.
President Trump skipped the night once again, weighing in on Twitter, calling the night a big, boring bust, saying the so-called comedian really bombed. He offered his own counter-programming instead. In a Michigan campaign rally, he vented about everything from Democrats to immigration for an unfiltered hour and 15 minutes straight.
Is this better than that phony Washington White House correspondence dinner? Is this more fun?
And the president is now calling for a major overhaul to the dinner or to even end it altogether. Many say that Sarah Sanders is owed an apology for having to sit there and listen to those jokes while she was on stage. So far from the organizers, no apology. The White House Correspondents Association, Michael, does say that the goal of this evening is to celebrate the First Amendment and journalism scholarships, and that Michelle Wolf's routine was not in the spirit of that.
All right, thank you, Cecilia. Definitely something to talk about. And the conversation won't stop anytime soon. Cecilia, thank you very much. Robert.
All right, Michael, now to that massive merger that could affect your cell phone plan. T-Mobile and Sprint finally striking a deal after years of negotiations. The move would leave consumers with just 3 major cell phone providers. And you know our chief business correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, is all over this. And Rebecca, the companies say they will actually lower prices?
Yeah, this is a bit of a surprise, Robin. I spoke to the CEOs of both T-Mobile and Sprint overnight, and they tell me this will mean lower prices and broader options. Unlike most mergers, they say that they're going to take the savings of the combined companies and give them back to consumers, and from day one, lower prices. They also say that they'll build out 5G nationwide over the next year, and that will add thousands of jobs. Plus, they plan to introduce a broadband competitor in rural communities, which currently have just one option. Now, this merger, as you mentioned, Robin, that's going to consolidate the playing field of major carriers from 4 to 3, Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. And fewer options typically means higher prices, but they're making the argument here that T-Mobile and Sprint have been the lowest price options for years. They've really pushed the rest of the industry to offer consumers more options, and they say they'll continue to do so. Of course, they're going to need that regulatory approval to get the deal done, Robin.
Now, could we get that in writing?
Yes,
that they're
exactly.
Going to lower?
But you did hear it here on
okay.
GMA. And if they go against their word on GMA, that's a problem.
You got it, Rebecca. Thank you.
All right, Robin. Now to the latest on that grandmother accused of murdering her husband and her lookalike, then going on the run. Newly obtained video shows the moment she was finally captured. ABC's Victor Oquendo is in Fort Myers, Florida, where she is behind bars now. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Michael. Lois Reese spent the night right here at the Lee County Jail. This grandmother, accused of murdering 2 people, is not going anywhere anytime soon after a judge denied bond. We're also learning some new information. It was revealed in court that she might have psychosis, and she's not taking her medication. Lois Reese, the grandmother who eluded authorities for weeks after allegedly killing 2 people in 2 states, standing before a judge.
Would you like to be screened for the services of the public defender? Sure.
The 56-year-old, wearing an anti-suicide smock, listening by phone Sunday during her first appearance for a number of charges, including murder, grand theft, and identity theft. The nationwide manhunt for the alleged gambling addict, known to authorities as Losing Streak Lois, coming to an end 10 days ago inside this Texas restaurant near the Mexican border. This surveillance video showing her capture, taken into custody right from her seat at the bar. Reese had been on the run since last month, accused of shooting her husband David in Minnesota before taking off for Fort Myers, Florida. It was there authorities say she befriended 59-year-old Pamela Hutchinson, allegedly targeting her because they looked alike so she could steal her identity before allegedly killing her, stealing her car, and heading to Texas. Seen in this video, seemingly asking for directions. Reese has another hearing in the next few days. She also faces a second-degree murder charge in Minnesota. She'll stand trial for that once everything wraps up here in Florida. George?
Okay, thanks very much. We're going to switch gears now to that record-breaking weekend at the box office. Avengers Infinity War blew past the competition. An eye-popping open, setting new records at home and overseas. Diana Sato here with the details. Hey, Diane.
George, good morning. So in the movie, the Avengers fight to keep a villain from dominating the universe. At the box office, they're the ones dominating. With more than 20 of Marvel's biggest superheroes, the movie blew out the competition, both domestically and globally. And now experts say it's even giving another movie a boost. Avengers Infinity War is smashing box office records, earning $630 million globally in its opening weekend, the highest of all time. The 19th film in the Avengers franchise brings together some of the biggest heroes in the Marvel Universe, from Iron Man to Black Widow to Black Panther, all uniting across their respective galaxies to defeat Thanos, the ultra-villain searching to find the Infinity Stones.
But this does put a smile on my face.
And now, Black Panther, the third highest grossing movie of all time domestically, is climbing the box office charts again, experts say, thanks to Infinity War.
I think Infinity War owes some degree of its success to Black Panther, but really, it's a movie that stands on the shoulders of so many of the other previous Marvel titles. Now the movie will go from the biggest opening all time to the biggest movie of all time.
It could potentially do it. So it's also worth noting that the Avengers managed this global record despite not having opened in China yet. That is the second biggest market in the world, so they haven't even started that yet. And very happy to report the sequel is already in the works. That one's coming out May 2019.
Whole cast happy about that, too.
Oh, yeah.
I had a sneaky feeling this wasn't going to be the last of it.
What was your first clue?
It was my first clue. Diane, thank you so much. And we want to take a moment for a quick thank you, a big thank you for some very nice news that we got last night.
The Emmy for Outstanding Morning Program goes to... This is exciting.
Good morning, America.
Lots of smiles around here this morning when you walked in the door. Everybody's so happy, but also everybody here is so honored, and we are all very, very humbled by this as well.
Yes, and I wish you could have heard the acceptance speech. Sabina, who is here, she's one of the many unsung heroes that we have here in the GMA family behind the scenes that you don't get a chance to see. And we do this every day. It is there's Sabina. I want to make sure you got some FaceTime, Sabina. Because it's a real symbol of all the people behind the scenes. And it is a privilege. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. To say good morning to America and for all of us to receive this recognition. As we said, there is no I in team, and it takes teamwork to make the dream work, right?
Yes, it does.
Right. So congratulations
to the whole team.
Thank you at home. And thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Snow, we've got record-breaking heat coming, though. Your local forecast is 30 seconds away, but this, right now, your local forecast is brought to you by CarMax. Take a look.
You can now reserve a car online, and CarMax will hold it for you up to 7 days for free. You come in when it's convenient. I know this because I'm from 7 days in the future. Now, don't be frightened. 7 days in the future is a glorious place. After all, you had 2 good hair days in a row. Perfect. Right out of bed. And this car you reserved at CarMax.com is still being held for you for free. Pretty sweet. Or, as we like to say, from 7 days in the future, we still say pretty sweet. It's basically the same.
A light jacket early this morning, but for your afternoon, it's short sleeves and sunglasses. Beautiful day, better than yesterday. 61 at lunchtime, 70 degrees this afternoon, and going up some 10 degrees for tomorrow. In fact, the mid part of this week, as we roll through the first couple of days of May, will feel more like June, if not July, across our area. That with low humidity. But the AC may be on. It's a dry week for us. Your next chance of rain, not until very late Friday, and that's only a slight chance going into Saturday morning.
Up that ABC News exclusive with juror number 1 from the Bill Cosby trial.